Trust is not something we demand. It is not something we beg for, nor is it given freely. Trust is earned through actions, built steadily over time, and founded on a person's character. To gain a woman's trust, we must begin not by focusing on her, but by focusing on ourselves. Who are we? What values guide our actions? Are we the kind of person whose words and deeds inspire confidence, safety, and respect? The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who sought wisdom and virtue above all else, offer profound lessons on how to live a trustworthy life. They remind us that the key to building trust is not to control others, but to master ourselves. By practicing honesty, consistency, and self-restraint, we lay the foundation for trust to grow naturally and sincerely. These principles are not quick fixes. They are lifelong practices, and yet, by committing to them, we transform not only our relationships, but also ourselves. Lesson 1. Honesty. Be true in word and action. Trust begins with truth. If your words cannot be trusted, neither can you. To be honest is to speak and act with integrity, even when it is difficult or uncomfortable. Many of us are tempted to bend the truth to avoid conflict, to impress others, or to hide our flaws. But the Stoics remind us that deception only creates instability. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Honesty is more than avoiding lies. It is about living authentically. This means showing your true self, your strengths, and your vulnerabilities. Pretending to be someone you are not might win admiration for a while, but it will never build real trust. People, especially women, can sense when someone is hiding behind a mask. Trust grows when we are willing to say, "This is who I am. I may not be perfect, but I am striving to live a good and principled life." Practical steps. Speak clearly and truthfully, even when it feels risky. Admit your mistakes. Acknowledging when you are wrong shows strength, not weakness. Avoid exaggeration or overpromising. Commit only to what you know you can deliver. Lesson 2. Consistency. Build trust. Brick by brick. Trust is not built in a single moment or through grand gestures. It grows slowly through repeated actions over time. Consistency means being reliable, doing what you say you will do, and showing up as the same person day after day. As Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. It is in the small everyday moments that trust is truly earned." Imagine someone who is kind one day but indifferent the next, or someone who promises to change but never follows through. Such inconsistency creates doubt and insecurity. In contrast, when your actions are steady and predictable, they signal that you are someone who can be depended on, someone whose words and actions are aligned. A woman learns to trust you not because of a single act of kindness, but because of countless small acts that show you are the same person in good times and bad. Practical steps. Follow through on your commitments, no matter how small they seem. Be patient. Trust takes time, so focus on being consistent every day. Avoid drastic swings in behavior. Stability and calmness build confidence. Lesson 3. Self-restraint. Master your emotions. The Stoics taught that our emotions, when left unchecked, can lead us astray. Jealousy, anger, impatience, and insecurity, these are destructive forces that can quickly erode trust. To gain trust, we must learn to master these impulses, showing that we are in control of ourselves even in challenging situations. As Seneca observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A woman cannot trust a man who is ruled by his emotions, who lashes out in anger or clings desperately out of fear. But a man who remains calm, composed, and thoughtful in the face of difficulty inspires trust. Self-restraint is not about suppressing emotions, but understanding them and responding wisely. When you master yourself, you create a sense of safety and stability for those around you. Practical steps. Take a moment to pause before reacting to a difficult situation. Practice patience. Not everything needs an immediate response. Reflect on your emotions. Ask yourself, what is within my control right now? Lesson 4. Respect and empathy. See her as an equal. Trust is not a one-sided pursuit. To earn a woman's trust, you must also trust her and treat her with respect. This means valuing her thoughts, feelings, and boundaries as much as your own. Epictetus reminds us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listening deeply, without judgment or interruption, shows that you respect her as an individual. Empathy builds trust. because it shows that you care not just about what someone says, but about what they feel. A woman will trust you when she knows that you are paying attention, that you see her as a person with her own desires, fears, and dreams. This requires humility. Instead of trying to prove yourself, focus on understanding her perspective. Practical steps. Practice active listening. Pay attention to what is said and what is left unsaid. Respect her boundaries. Trust grows when both people feel safe. Show kindness and generosity, not because you expect something in return, but because it aligns with your values. Lesson 5. Focus on becoming trustworthy, not winning trust. One of the greatest lessons from the Stoics is that we should focus only on what we can control. You cannot force someone to trust you, nor can you control how they feel. What you can control is who you are, your thoughts, your actions, your values. Epictetus advises, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Instead of worrying about how to gain a woman's trust, focus on becoming the kind of person who is naturally trusted. Trust is not a strategy, it is a byproduct of living a virtuous life. When you align yourself with honesty, consistency, and self-restraint, trust follows naturally. This process requires patience and self-discipline, but it is also deeply rewarding. By striving to live a life of virtue, you not only gain trust but also peace of mind. Practical steps. Reflect on your values. Ask yourself, am I living in a way that aligns with what I believe? Set long-term goals for personal growth, not just short-term outcomes. Let go of the need for control. Focus instead on what you can give. The journey to trust is the journey to virtue. To gain a woman's trust, you must first trust yourself. Trust that you have the strength to live according to your highest values. Trust is not about manipulation or strategy, it is about transformation. When you dedicate yourself to honesty, consistency, self-restraint, and respect, trust becomes inevitable. It is not something you chase, it is something you embody. And as you walk this path, remember that the ultimate reward is not merely gaining someone's trust, but becoming the kind of person who deserves it. This is the essence of Stoicism, to live with virtue, courage, and wisdom, no matter what life brings. When you do this, you not only build trust, you build a life worth living. Let us strive for this together. For more insights into human psychology and relationships, subscribe to our channel for engaging and informative content.